My name is Staff Sergeant Cody Wayne Yates. I'm with the 563rd MP Company out of Fort Drum. We're from the 91st MP Battalion.
I'm Charlie Brown, and I'm an engineer from Exponent Incorporated, working for the U.S. Army Rapid Equipping Force at Kandahar Airfield, Afghanistan. On November 24th, Staff Sergeant Yates came to our mobile lab at Camp Nathan Smith with a fix to the M249 bipod.
Basically, this idea, I used to be a saw gunner, and one of the things I always hated about the bipod for the M249 saw was that the single roll pin that was in front of this block right here would always break, and therefore what would happen after that is if you were a saw gunner and you went to go try to use your bipods, or if you went to go try to carry it around, the bipods would always wind up spinning around in just a complete 360 circle. So I looked around to see if there was any kind of new design. The only thing that I saw was that the Army had just welded both sides together so that way it wouldn't move left and right anymore. So I kind of got out a piece of paper and got an old bipod out and just kind of looked at it and basically just kind of brainstormed for a little bit and figured maybe if we can make it to where instead of a roll pin that the front of the block is raised up and that it would have another point of contact in the rear. You'd still be able to get your left and right, so that way instead of the block being welded shut and it wouldn't be able to traverse left or right, at least this way you'd be able to traverse left and right, so you can still engage targets to your left and right and to the front, but it would also be a lot sturdier, and that way you wouldn't have to worry about it breaking and stuff. So soldiers and Marines and and airmen, other branches of service that use the M249 saw, they can be real hard on these weapons, and usually the first part that breaks, the first complaint that most people have with this weapon is the bipod, and it's usually the centerpiece for this bipod. So that was the reason why I sat down, came with that idea, and brought it to the RAF lab guys, and they were able to make something out that looks like it's going to be pretty outstanding.
To produce the part, I used the 3D CAD software SolidWorks. The design incorporated Staff Sergeant Yates' ideas, adding flat stops to the front and to the back of the pivot area. To check for fit and function, I produced a prototype part with a fused deposition modeling 3D printer. Staff Sergeant Yates did a test fit on November 26th. Minor adjustments were made, and then a 4-fixture CNC program was made using the CAM software FeatureCAM. On November 30th, a part was milled out of 6061 aluminum using a Haas vertical CNC mill. This prototype was given to Staff Sergeant Yates, and on December 15th, he took his M249 to the range. Just 3 weeks elapsed between the time Staff Sergeant Yates walked into the mobile lab with his idea and him hitting the range with his bipod fix. Work is underway to qualify the design and to approach the project manager with the fix.